Isaac Newton was born on January 4th, 1643, in Woolsthorpe, England. Isaac Newton became an established physicist and mathematician, and he developed the principles of modern physics. He came to be known as the father of physics.
He was the only son of a prosperous local farmer, also named Isaac Newton, who died 3 months before he was born. A premature baby born tiny and weak, Newton was not expected to survive. When his mom remarried, she sent Isaac to live with his grandmother. At age 12, Newton was reunited with his mother after her second husband died. His mother pulled him out of school so that Newton would become a farmer and tend to the family farm. She was also afraid that he'd contract the plague from people in school.
When the threat of the plague subsided in 1667, Newton returned to Cambridge and was elected a minor fellow at Trinity College. Newton received his Master of Arts degree in 1669 before he was 27. Newton theorized that white light was a composite of all colors of the spectrum and that light was composed of particles. Good.
In 1705, he was knighted by Queen Anne of England. He had become rather wealthy because he had invested and donated wisely. At 80 years of age, Newton experienced digestion problems and had to drastically change his diet and mobility. Then in March 1727, Newton experienced severe pain in his abdomen and blacked out, never to regain consciousness. Newton died in London on March 31st, 1727. Yuck.
In his lifetime, Newton developed the laws of physics. The first law stated that any object in motion will stay in motion unless an outside force acts upon it, and any object that is at rest will remain at rest unless an outside force acts upon it. This is also known as the law of inertia. We will now perform an experiment depicting the law of inertia. We will stop short in a car and our bodies will lurch forward because our bodies will continue to move in a forward direction after the car has stopped. We're going to drive and stop short and show you the law of inertia. Oh! And there it is. My body kept going backwards, even though the car stopped. The second law is that force is equal to mass times acceleration. We will use a small child as the mass, and we will each exert a different force on him, and this should change the acceleration. The more force, the faster the acceleration.
We're going slow this time.
High five. Wait.
The last law is that every action has an opposite and equal reaction. We will chest bump, and instead of landing on the ground directly below us, we will end up bouncing off of each other.
All right.
Remember.
Same thing. 1, 2, 3.
Ay, la cabeza ahora.
Go.
In films, these laws are disrupted quite frequently. In the movie Wanted, they curve bullets. They claim it is because they whip the gun around fast enough to direct the bullet's movement. This is impossible because when the trigger is pulled, the bullet is to be shot out straight, and that is the bullet's initial movement. And that is the path in which it will remain due to Newton's first law, inertia. Any movies with fighting scenes, like The Matrix, show false physics. If someone kicks another person and the person who was kicked flies across the room, yet the kicker remains in one spot, Newton's third law of physics is challenged. I don't think we do.
not your technique.
Boy, this is fighting Neo.